This is News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4. Protesters are still set up on the UW-Madison campus. Various police agencies have been monitoring the protests throughout. None have made a move onto Library Mall.
Will Keneally is on campus to show us what that police presence has looked like. Will?
Yeah, Susan and Brady, so we've been giving you coverage, throughout yesterday and today. We still see about a couple hundred students here, a few dozen tents staying here on Library Mall. Now, those tents are technically still a violation of Wisconsin Administrative Code, but UW-PD says that they have not issued any citations nor arrests so far. We've also heard similarly from students overnight this morning that is relatively quiet. But we did hear, though, throughout the night police were staging different areas around Library Mall here, including the nearby Fluno Center. This is a video last night showing an interaction between the police and the local city alder for this campus area. Here's what he had to say.
The line of communication was just cut off. So that prompted me, Juliana Bennett, and Heidi Wegelheimer from the county board to go to the Fluno Center and try to get some answers. We are elected officials. We should know what's happening in our districts and in our community.
Now, we received a new statement from the UW-PD within the last few hours here. They say that what you see in the video clip is the end of a longer conversation, which included warnings by the police to leave that area. And they say that the police have been in contact with the alder since then. Now, we'll have more coverage throughout the night as the situation here continues to develop. But until then, reporting now from the UW-Madison campus, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Will. And protests like this are not isolated to Madison. At UW-Milwaukee, students have set up an encampment similar to Madison's. The camp went up at the same time yesterday as Madison's, and the students are calling for the same thing. One student says there are a lot of people here who are current students. Some are community members, and a lot of them are Palestinian. Aside from calls for divestment, the protesters are demanding UW-Milwaukee condemn Israel's actions during the war. All demands have been met with silence so far.
So for us, we are hopeful. Like I said, we're feeding off of the strength, the resilience, the hope that the Palestinian students have, and we're just trying to be as hopeful as they are. We are obviously hopeful, otherwise we wouldn't be camping out here.
These are just two of many student-led protests in the U.S.
Moving from Madison to nationwide, the protests have spread across the country from the initial one at Columbia University. Over 100 universities in just the United States are facing protests calling for divestment from Israel. The majority of those protests are encampments like the one in Madison, but some are general protests that include peaceful demonstrations and smaller activities. Columbia University is restricting access to its main campus after pro-Palestinian protesters broke into and occupied a school administration building. Social media footage shows dozens of masked protesters using hammers to break into and overtake Hamilton Hall. They also took to the second floor, unraveling a banner and reclaiming the building as Heinz Hall in honor of a 6-year-old girl who was killed in Gaza this year.
Meanwhile, police continue to suppress demonstrations across the country. Dressed in riot gear, police pepper sprayed protesters on the University of Texas campus as a group blocked the path of a van carrying arrested demonstrators and pushed back against state troopers. The violence marks the second time in days police have broken up protests on the Austin campus, detaining dozens of people as the state's governor vowed no encampments will be allowed.
We'll be covering these protests as long as they happen. You can find updates pushed directly to your phone from our free Channel 3000 mobile app. Just search for WISC-TV wherever you get yours.
Well, let's get a look at our first warm forecast with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. A beautiful Tuesday out there.
Yeah, Brady, a gorgeous day today. Temperatures in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. You wouldn't think that a line of thunderstorms is on its way as part of those 3 things you need to get out of the forecast for tonight. Breezy on your Wednesday. It'll be sunny and mild, so that's the break, the calm before the next round of storms that we're tracking as we go on into your Thursday. Sunny out there, just a few clouds. Temperatures in the upper 60s to near 70. Where are these storms, Alex? Well, they're way, way, way off to the west, way out in Iowa. It's actually a tornado watch for Des Moines, and that line of thunderstorms will be moving towards the east as we carry through the evening, but it should be weakening as it moves into southern Wisconsin. 69 here in Madison, 72 in Middleton, 71 in Cross Plains, and 70 in Oregon. Out to the west, lower 70s, upper 60s again. Really, really a gorgeous day. I was lucky enough to get outside for a little bit over lunch. Picture perfect today. But that line of storms will be moving in from the west. The threat of severe weather is low tonight. If we do get a severe storm, be off towards the west. Coming up in Maine weather, we'll talk about if we do get an isolated severe storm, what are the threats that we're up against?
All right, Alex, thank you. Madison police are investigating a report of shots fired from overnight. It happened on Monterey Drive on the north side just after 9 o'clock. Officers responded to a shots fired call at an apartment building where they found evidence of a recent shooting. Police made contact with the victim and later apprehended 2 suspects. They also found the gun that they believe was used. Luckily, no one was hurt as a result of the shooting. The Violent Crimes Unit is still investigating this incident, and police are asking for tips. If you have any information, contact Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen, 608-756-3636. You can also email at p3tips.com.
The mother of missing 3-year-old Elijah Vu will stay in jail as the search for her missing son enters its 10th week. Today, a judge denied Katrina Bauer's request to be released from jail on a signature bond. This comes after her attorney requested her $15,000 cash bond be converted to a signature bond due to her inability to come up with the cash. Her boyfriend, Jesse Vang, was caring for the toddler when Vu was reported missing. Both Bauer and Vang face child neglect charges, but neither has been charged with the boy's disappearance. Both have pleaded not guilty.
Coming up next on Live at 4, we're continuing our coverage of the protests going on at UW-Madison.
We'll be right back.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I can immediately see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
Order PowerSwabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free quick stick pen with your order. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
What you see here is an irresistibly special gift that just moments before was filled with the world's most delicious snacks from Nuts.com. Nuts, dried fruits, sweets, and other treats. All her favorites in one special tray of tasty temptation. Freshly roasted to perfection or freshly baked, dipped, seasoned, or popped to satisfy every craving. Create your own combination for Mother's Day or choose from Nuts.com's gift baskets and tins with every flavor of happy. Get 20% off plus free shipping on your first order.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual. It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation. That's right, half off your entire project. You can save thousands. Empire's 50-50-50 sale won't last long. Don't miss 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. Protests continue this afternoon on the UW-Madison campus.
Our teams are live at the campus with the latest updates on what the protesters want and who isn't involved. Jalen Banks is on Bascom Hill with more on the students who haven't been involved on campus. Jalen?
Brady and Susan, as Will Keneally mentioned earlier, there's about a couple hundred students still left at the encampment, but UW-Madison has tens of thousands of students. And I spent the afternoon on campus today and speaking to students around the campus. As you'd imagine, there's a plethora of views and opinions on the encampment and the protests that are not only going on here at UW-Madison, but throughout the country. And speaking to students today, this is what they had to say.
Personally, I am a Jewish student, and I have such a hard time speaking about this issue because so many people have so much to say.
Being a college campus, I think like all of us here are pretty informed.
Is like during a finals week, but I think that shows we recognize that this is something that is bigger than 1 year and one final.
Tonight at 5, we'll hear more from students on their opinions and their perspectives on the protests going on. But for now, reporting live on UW's campus at Bascom Hall, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
We will see you at 5, Jalen. Thank you. In other news today, tomorrow, former President Donald Trump will return to Wisconsin. He'll be holding a campaign rally in Waukesha for his second visit this campaign cycle. That event will be at the Waukesha County Expo Center. It begins at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This follows a visit from Trump earlier this month in Green Bay.
Right now, the former president is facing criminal charges in court. Stormy Daniels' former attorney took the stand today at Trump's hush money trial in New York. Trump has pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. As Errol Barnett explains, the judge found Trump guilty of violating his gag order.
And I'm going to go into the icebox now.
As the hush money criminal trial of Donald Trump got underway Tuesday, Judge Juan Merchan held the former president in contempt of court, fining him $9,000 for violating his gag order 9 times. Trump has since removed the social media and campaign website posts the judge found violated the gag order. On Thursday, Judge Merchan will hear about 4 more alleged violations and suggested fines may not stop the former president from attacking witnesses and jurors. In a written order, the judge suggested, quote, jail may be a necessary punishment.
The next time there's a violation of the gag order, if and when, I don't think we'll see jail time. I think there'll be a couple of monetary warnings, and then you could potentially see jail time.
Tuesday afternoon, prosecutors called Keith Davidson to the stand, the former lawyer for both Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal. Daniels claims she had a sexual encounter with Trump, and McDougal says she and Trump had an affair lasting 10 months. Trump has denied both allegations. Davidson testified there was a bidding war for McDougal's story. Jurors saw texts between him and former National Enquirer editor Dylan Howard. I have a blockbuster Trump story, Davidson wrote June 7th, 2016. Howard responded, I will get you more than anyone for it. You know why. Judge Merchan also announced there will be no court May 17th, so Trump can attend his son's graduation. Another son, Eric, was at the courthouse Tuesday, the first family member to attend Trump's criminal proceedings. Errol Barnett, CBS News, New York.
On tomorrow, former President Trump will hold campaign rallies in Waukesha, as we mentioned, and also in Michigan. Now, these are 2 battleground states.
And court will be back in session on Thursday.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Tel Aviv today for meetings with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Blinken's arrival comes after talks with Arab partners, where he pushed Hamas to accept Israel's latest ceasefire deal.
Israelis have put a strong proposal on the table. They've demonstrated that they're willing to compromise, and now it's on Hamas. And no more delays, no more excuses. The time to act is now.
But hours before Blinken landed, Netanyahu announced Israeli forces will invade the southern Gaza city of Rafah. Netanyahu says the Israelis have no other choice if Hamas won't release the hostages. Also today, Chef Jose Andres announced his World Central Kitchen is resuming operations in Gaza to deliver warm meals. The charity suspended operations there after an Israeli airstrike killed 7 workers.
Police in Charlotte, North Carolina revealed new details today about the ambush that killed 4 law enforcement officers yesterday. The shootout started Monday as members of a U.S. Marshals fugitive task force were serving a warrant on a felon who was illegally in possession of a firearm. According to police, as officers approached the home, the suspect opened fire. Initially, investigators thought there was a second shooter, but now they aren't sure.
2 females that were inside the residence that I mentioned yesterday who came out eventually, they are fully cooperating with the investigation.
2 officers from the North Carolina Department of Adult Correction were also killed, William Alden Elliott and Samuel Peloche, both 14-year veterans, as well as Charlotte Mecklenburg police officer Joshua Iyer. 4 other officers were hurt, but none with life-threatening injuries. Police eventually shot and killed the suspect.
Well, hopefully, if you're able to, you got outside today. Here's another look at our first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex?
Yeah, Brady, and get out during the early portion of this evening. Out ahead of this line of thunderstorms that the first warn weather team will be tracking. The early evening hours look dry and quite nice out there. Then we'll trade the stormy conditions later this evening and overnight in for a dry day on your Wednesday. Breezy, mild, sunny. And then that other round of thunderstorms as we go on into your Thursday, keeping the weather pattern very active. The showers and thunderstorms, just an area of showers well west of Madison over northeastern Iowa. Tornado watch for central Iowa. This is where the greatest threat of severe weather is going to be this afternoon and this evening. As we move on into the overnight hours, those thunderstorms will weaken. And I'll explain why in just a moment. Gorgeous out there right now. Sunny skies, just a few high, thin cirrus clouds out there. 71 in Verona, 69 in Madison, and 70 in Waunakee. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, pretty uniform. 69 in Prairie du Chien, 70 to the south of Monroe. The Dells basking in at 72 degrees. And normal highs for this time of year, 63, so we're way above that. That risk of severe weather isolated and concentrated over towards the Mississippi River, well west of Madison. I said, what will our threats be? The tornado threat, very low, maybe just barely clipping Grant County. I think that's very minimal, if not negligible, for this evening, meaning not a high chance. The threat for high winds out to the west of Madison may be a storm with some gusty winds and some small hail, a possibility as this line moves to the east. It's going to be weakening as it moves to the east, and here is why. One reason why are dew points. It's a measure of moisture. When you see dark blues or purples, that's that really muggy, humid air. We're barely in the 40s to near 50 for a dew point. That's very, very dry. So as these storms march off towards the east, as we see here with our future track model, they will start to dwindle and fizzle because they're actually being evaporated by the dry air near the ground. We'll still have some scattered showers and thunderstorms, but look, by the time we get to 2 o'clock, a lot of those showers and storms have nearly completely fizzled out. And as we move towards the start of your Wednesday, said promise some sunny skies. We'll start off in the low to mid 50s. We'll have much of the day will be on the sunny side. Temperatures getting back up to near 70 degrees. Then we track the next round of storms that comes later on your Wednesday night, going on into your Thursday afternoon and evening. Some strong storms here. These might be a bit more on the widespread side. My next weather, I will explain some of the factors that could limit that severe weather threat on Thursday. Hopefully that's the case. We just need the rain. We don't need the severe weather. On and off shower chances and a few thunderstorms as we go out and march out into the 7 to 10 day period. One thing that's constant, on and off rain shower chances with a couple of thunderstorms, those temperatures, 50s by night, 70s by day. That's pretty nice for this time of year.
Sure is. Thanks, Alex. Well, the city of Madison is announcing a new way to step into the infrastructure industry. Madison's engineering division is announcing the launch of the Madison Infrastructure Training Engineering Program, also known as the MITE program. It's a new paid 6-month-long program giving participants the opportunity to get hands-on field training in infrastructure skills. It's designed to prepare trainees for a career in public work and learn how the city's infrastructure is built and maintained, and more about construction safety.
You can come to us with no experience. We will teach you all. We will teach you in the classroom, all your OSHA certifications, CPR, first aid, all of the other trainings, and then also in the field.
Once the program is completed, trainees will be considered for permanent entry-level positions in the Engineering, Parks, and Streets Division.
Happening tomorrow, area cyclists will get out and bike the Berg to explore the Fitchburg area on 2 wheels. Cyclists of all ages and abilities will be challenged to bike a total of 150 miles or more this summer. They'll keep track of miles using any method, whether that's using a phone, an app, or a computer. The challenge encourages cyclists to get out and discover what makes Fitchburg a top destination for bikers.
Real thing is just the feeling of freedom and getting out and enjoying nature. You look at today's date, it's beautiful. I wish I could say I ride 12 months of the year, but
Fitchburg has some of Wisconsin's finest bike trails and is home to 3 state trails, along with 3 local bike paths. It runs all the way through September 30th. For more information on how to sign up, go to biketheberg.org.
You know, I've lived here 3.5 years and I still don't have a bike.
You're kidding.
I know. This could be the summer I should do it.
Okay, note to self. All right, Christmas will be here soon. I know what to get you now.
Oh, thank you. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, Consumer Reports is saving you some money.
What you can do to save your credit when the companies in charge make a mistake. That's when Live at 4 returns.
Teeth are amazing. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we have new financing options to help you get a new smile today, not someday. Scan the QR code or call to learn more.
Go ahead and smile.
Learning to play better golf can be a challenge for anyone, so let PGA professional Joel Whites improve your play the fundamental way with simple 1-minute golf tips. Fridays on News 3 Now at noon. Brought to you by Vitent Golfland.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
Squeaky, creaky, leaky entry doors from big box stores should be ignored. Scott the window guy does entry doors. He can do yours and so much more.
We do entry doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Wow, is that really me? Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Oh my God. I can't believe I have no lines in my face.
I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
It's a facelift in a jar.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. We've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. People across the country look and feel years younger in minutes.
Here, I don't look 61 in 3 weeks, and this is only because of Plexiderm.
Holy like I look 15 years younger.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, try it today for only $14.95 plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com.
Our city has a pulse. Steps from bustling and wild. Come find familiar. Experience new. Live in our rhythm and stay.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, our Snap Secure Dental Implants will help you eat and speak with confidence at a price that's affordable. So if you think you can't afford dental implants, think again.
Go ahead and smile.
Welcome back. So imagine being turned down for a loan or paying higher interest rates. due to some errors.
On your credit report, believe it or not, it happens a lot more often than you think.
And the negative consequences don't stop there. Checking the accuracy of your credit report is easy to do with these steps from Consumer Reports.
Back when he was in college, Nestor Vargas got a surprise trying to buy a car.
Went to go apply for a loan, a car loan, and I was denied because they found a unpaid bill, a medical bill.
But Nestor knew that he never missed a payment.
I was shocked. I went to the credit report bureaus and I put in a claim knowing that that wasn't accurate.
Credit report errors are the top consumer issue filed to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And the problem is getting worse, with complaints more than doubling in just 2 years. Common errors include inaccurate personal information, duplicate accounts, closed accounts reported as open, and paid-off debt appearing as unpaid.
A credit report is like an X-ray into a person's finances, and having incorrect information on that report can stop a person from getting credit or a loan, renting an apartment, getting a good rate on your insurance, or even getting a job.
You can get your credit report for free every week from each of the major bureaus at annualcreditreport.com. If you do end up finding an error, fix it right away.
You'll want to file a dispute with all 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Include all the evidence you have, like account statements and payment records. Create a paper trail by writing a detailed letter of explanation, and send all of this via certified mail, and keep copies for yourself.
Nestor, now a financial planner, reminds you to check your credit report often.
Put it on your phone to remind yourself, just like you go for a checkup to your doctor, you got to check your credit.
In Madison, Shane Hogan, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Shane. Consumer Reports says adding a note to your credit report file can provide some context for future lenders, employers, or landlords, potentially improving their perception of your financial situation.
But coming up next on Live at 4, we are continuing our live coverage of the encampment at UW-Madison.
What the Jewish community in Madison had to say about the protests and the history of them in our city. That's coming up when Live at 4 returns.
After a serious motorcycle crash, don't trust the insurance company. Call Gruber Law Offices first. We've been representing injured bikers for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Why won't you? Want fresh air.
Hun!
You need the experts. The home renewal experts at Belco will make your project a breeze with free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 6 years. Free installation won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feltco.
Oh, the weather. What's the chance of rain tomorrow?
Ooh, 80%. I make it rain. I make it rain.
Speaking of making it rain, at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, we have an average 95% payout, which leads you to more chances of playing longer and more chances to win big. Play longer, win more, chances are you're gonna like it.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Hi, I'm Fiona Rataj with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. Here are 3 things to know. Make sure you are registered to vote at your current address. You can check or register at myvote.wi.gov. If you do not have a Wisconsin driver's license or state ID, you can register to vote with your municipal clerk by completing the registration form on MyVote. Absentee ballots must be requested.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices. Our team is available 24/7 to help, and there's no fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Oh, there's some geese having a nice time outside. What do they say? If it's good for the goose, good for the gander?
Right.
I think the weather is good for all of us.
An unsettled weather pattern. That's good news for the geese and the ducks. And there's already a little rain to the west of Madison. Alex is keeping an eye on it. Hi there.
Hey there, Susan. Hey there, Brady. Yes, we do have an area of showers. We'll go on a little trip here out towards northeastern Iowa. Take a look at this area of showers. No lightning with this batch of showers. Lightning a little bit further to the west. They have a tornado watch over central Iowa. The stronger, more persistent thunderstorms will stay in Iowa as they march off towards the east. I'll explain why here in just a moment. They're going to struggle to get into Wisconsin. We're still expecting a line of thunderstorms closer to our 10 o'clock newscast, but they will likely be fizzling by the time they get into the area. We traded in for a breezy Wednesday. Sunny, mild, and then the next round of showers and thunderstorms comes in later Wednesday night going on into Thursday. So staying unsettled. Later in my next weather, you'll see the extended unsettled weather pattern. Temperatures upper 60s to right around 70 degrees, 72 in Boscoville, 71 in Camp Douglas, and 73 now, warm spot in Janesville. Here's the reason why those storms are probably going to struggle. Our dew point. I talk about the dew point when it's necessary, when it gets really muggy out. When it's in the 40s and relative humidity really, really low, those showers and storms move into this environment. They try to fall to the ground. The rain does, and some of that fizzles because it evaporates. But some will make it to the ground. We'll track that line of storms coming up here in a few minutes.
All right, Alex, thank you. Our team coverage continues on the encampment protests happening on the UW-Madison campus.
As many students voice their support for Palestine, our Catherine Merck joins us live to show some other perspectives of the conflict on campus. Catherine?
Brady and Susan, the conflict in Gaza has a complex and layered background. The conflict between Palestine and Israel dates back centuries. We spoke to some Jewish students gathering on campus right now. They're smaller in number today. Some Jewish groups have shared statements about the protests where a majority of the students here right now are calling on Israel to make changes. In part, Hillel at the university said no student's right to be proud of their Jewish and Israeli identity should be compromised, adding that when a cause aligns with terrorist organizations, taking pride in the protests and actions, and when language calls for violence against an entire identity, religion, and people, it becomes hate and discrimination. We've reached out to Hillel and other Jewish groups on campus and in the greater Madison area, trying to get them to talk on camera with us this evening about what's going on behind me at these protests. Many of them are observing the Passover holiday. And so they said starting at sundown tonight is when that could change and more people could potentially speak to us and talk to us about what's going on. Again, a smaller group is gathered here right now, though a majority is pro-Palestine here. Some of those students who are Jewish are speaking to us tonight at 6 o'clock. So make sure to stick with us throughout the rest of the evening for a diverse opinions on this subject matter. We're going to bring now Kyle Pozorski in. He talked to one professor today who says he sees a link between some of the protests of today and years past. Kyle?
Catherine, of course, this city is no stranger to protest, this campus as well. And these demonstrations have undoubtedly sparked memories of UW students from the 60s and more recently those around during the Black Lives Matter movement. Similar times when people have taken action to express their frustrations. Today, I spoke with a former professor of UW who studied and taught the behaviors of young people. Her sharing with me this as the reason we've seen protests happen throughout the decades here on this campus.
If we can change this, it will mean that our lives mattered. The way you stand on politically definitive moments during your young adulthood shapes the way you stand on things thereafter. I mean, young people are less sort of thinking about the consequences to themselves and more willing to take risks.
That's Connie Flanagan there. She goes on to tell me part of her reason for why she believes this is because the young generation has the most to lose from inaction, referring to some other issues of our day like gun rights and climate change. You can join us tonight at 6 as I'll walk you through more of the history of protest here on campus and throughout the city. For now, we'll send it back to Brady and Susan in the studio.
We will see you at 6, Kyle, and thanks to Catherine Merck as well. We are continuing to cover the trial of Marshawn Giles, found guilty last week of killing a 1-year-old girl back in 2022.
Now his defense is pleading not guilty by reason of insanity. Maddie Heimsch is outside of the courthouse with these details.
We heard closing arguments today, both from the state and the defense, as well as testimonies detailing Giles's mental health history. Allegedly, Giles spent time in Lincoln Hills Youth Prison years ago, and from there was transferred to Mendota Mental Health Institute due to reports of self-harm. A history of mental health issues is virtually required for a jury to find a defendant not guilty in a trial like this one, which is why not guilty by reason of insanity or NGI pleas are so rare. They require an extensive history of medical records. One point of contention in this phase of the trial is whether or not Giles's behavior stemmed from mental health defects or simply symptoms of drug use. And we're waiting on that jury to deliberate. We'll keep you updated all night on News 3 Now and Channel3000.com. For now, reporting in Madison, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Maddie. Wall Street ended the day with a constant fall across the main indices. The Dow Jones is down 570 points, the Nasdaq fell 325, and the S&P is down 80 points. In more local news, farmers markets are sprouting up faster than the plants this spring. Here in Madison, the Hilldale Farmers Market is back this weekend. This year, the market is setting up with several new vendors that include produce not easily found elsewhere. They are also with dozens of other vendors offering Wisconsin staples made on local farms. And it's not just for people. Pets are encouraged to come out and enjoy the market, as long as they're on some leashes.
Great thing about the market too is it's dog friendly. We love to see the pups come out and well behaved, of course. And we do have most everything at the market that you could look for.
The Hilldale Farmers Market opens this Saturday at 8 in the morning. It will run every Saturday and Wednesday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m. all the way through the end of October.
Best time of the year.
Yes.
When we come back, the internet is about to get pricier for millions of people.
A government program that provides discounts for people who need them is running out of money. So what could that mean? That's what we will tell you when Live at 4 continues.
It's replacement window season. Do you have ugly, hard to open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free. Buy 2 Champion windows, get 2 free? I guess that means if you buy 4, you get 4 free. Buy 6, get 6 free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sono Bello.
With Sono Bello, day 1, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up.
Look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately.
And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sono Bello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sono Bello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies.
It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
New at 5, Jalen Banks is live from Library Mall with the latest from the Israel-Hamas war protest and encampment. Here's what students hope to accomplish with the second-day sit-in.
A line of thunderstorms this evening could pose an isolated strong chance, mainly west of Madison. Coming up at 5, we'll track the sign of thunderstorms and start talking about the next round coming on Thursday.
And ahead at 6, Kyle Pazorski walks us through past UW-Madison student protests to see how they have shaped current policy and the Israel-Hamas war demonstration on campus. That's tonight at 6.
Funds for the Affordable Connectivity Program, which discounts monthly home internet bills for millions of Americans, are about to run out.
Groups working to close the digital divide warn of serious consequences. Karen Kafa is in Washington with the latest.
A federal program that has provided a digital lifeline with low or no-cost internet for roughly 23 million American households is about to end. The Affordable Connectivity Program, a 2021 pandemic-era benefit, has run out of money, and digital advocates are concerned about what that means for the nation's digital divide.
That's the path we're on right now, is we're going to be returning to a place where kids are doing their homework in parking lots, folks can't access their telehealth.
The Federal Communications Commission says that in May, enrollees may receive a reduced benefit. For June, nothing at all, unless Congress acts. The White House said Monday they'll continue to push Congress for a renewal and encouraged service providers to help in the meantime.
We announced earlier this month that we are encouraging providers to take steps to keep their consumers connected at this crucial time by offering low-cost, no-cost plans.
Angela Seifer, executive director of the National Digital Inclusion Alliance, says users of the Affordable Connectivity Program should check in with their internet service provider about those lower cost options.
If an individual or household had utilized one of those low cost offers prior to the pandemic, they should definitely check and see what that low cost offer is now. It may not be exactly the same as it was then.
The group also suggests looking into the FCC's Lifeline program for discounts on phone and broadband service from participating providers. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
This program is currently not expected to pass in Congress and will likely remain unfunded. Coming up, residents in our area are being urged to update their measles vaccine.
That's following Dane County's first confirmed case of measles. We'll get an update on the latest guidance from UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff when Live at 4 continues.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Get an 11% rebate on all projects, big or small. Touch and Tone Spray Paint is an all-purpose paint for your interior or exterior projects at an unbeatable price. Choose from black or white for $1.99 after rebate. Epoxy Shield Garage Floor Coating provides long-lasting results in an easy-to-keep clean, showroom quality appearance that applies in one coat. Get it for $79.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Why choose between that new deck you've been wanting and that vacation you've been dreaming about? Get both. A deck that outlasts wood 3 to 1 and up to a 7-day vacation on one of the top cruise lines or at one of our hundreds of resorts with no blackout date restrictions. Call now or visit the website for your new deck today.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Right now, pet dander
Skin cells, mold spores, pollen, and dirt are being sucked into your air ducts. Get cleaner air and system efficiency now with Stanley Steamer. For over 75 years, we've continually engineered our equipment and processes to deep clean your entire home. Your air ducts aren't clean until they're Stanley Steamer clean.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
This is a great financial decision for us as a community.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Public health officials in Rock and Dane counties are working together to spread the word about a local measles exposure.
On Friday last week, you may recall, the State Department of Health Services confirmed that a Dane County resident has measles.
State officials released a list of locations between April 21st and 22nd when people may have been exposed. UW Health's Dr. Jeff Pothoff is here for his weekly visit.
Hi, Dr. Pothoff.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
We have that list, by the way, on channel3000.com of all those places.
Yeah, this is an interesting time. And how long does it take for someone who is exposed to possibly get symptoms and everything?
Yeah, so typically once you're exposed to measles, there is a bit of a period of time where you're going to be asymptomatic. So like 10 to 14 days or so. After that, the first thing you develop, they'll teach you the 3 C's. So cough, coryza, which can be our word of the day. That just means runny nose. And then conjunctivitis, so red eyes, watery eyes. And then, a few days after that, 3 to 5 days after that, you typically start developing the rash. And with the rash comes fevers, and really high fevers. Fevers up to 104, 105 degrees. And then a lot of people will eventually recover from that, but a number of them will go on to get really sick. Back in the early 2000s, the last time we really had like lots of measles cases, about 1 in 5 people that came down with measles was admitted to a hospital.
Oh, wow.
And it can cause brain swelling, can't it?
Absolutely. And encephalitis, it can cause that. It can cause neurological changes where typically kids who get this can have then developmental delay and things like that that are lifelong. So it's a pretty serious disease. You definitely don't want to get it if you don't have to.
We know that it's highly contagious, but if you have not been anywhere near the 6 or 7 locations that DHS listed, do you have anything to worry about?
No, I think DHS is going to do a good job of identifying who were in those locations. I think the other thing to point out is if you're vaccinated against measles, you have nothing to worry about. That vaccine is rock solid, 97% effective, so you're good. So really it's, were you in any of those areas and you're unvaccinated against measles, that's when you get in a little bit of trouble because 9 out of 10 people that come in contact with someone with measles will go on to get measles. It's super contagious.
Yeah. What was it, back in 2000, we had reached elimination status, and now we're seeing these cases again. Will we be able to regain that ground?
Maybe, but what it takes is because measles is so contagious, the percent of the population that you have to have vaccinated to ensure that a single measles case can't start spreading is close to 95%. So, I mean, that's a really high vaccination rate, and we've come off of that kind of since the pandemic. We're not at that 95%. But if we can get back to 95% of the population being vaccinated against measles, yeah, we can hit that elimination status.
How is measles spread?
Yeah, so it's a droplet, but it's just very contagious. So you want to be in somewhat close proximity to someone who has measles. The likelihood of you getting it if you're not vaccinated is high.
If somebody coughs on you?
Absolutely, you'd get it, yep.
Can we trace this back to, with the pandemic, there was a lot of vaccination fatigue or hesitancy. Is this a result of some of that?
I think so. I think, you saw a lot of folks coming out against COVID-19 vaccines, and that had spillover on, well, maybe all vaccines are bad and I shouldn't get, vaccinated. Back in the 50s and 60s when the MMR came out, up until like the 80s, 90s, no one thought twice. Everyone just got vaccinated. We achieved these really high levels, got this elimination status. Now I think there's more hesitancy in something like measles that starts to create problems.
What is your guidance about this? Can adults get the MMR vaccine?
Yeah, for sure. Adults can get the MMR vaccine. Our kids should be vaccinated against the measles, mumps, and rubella. And really, nothing stopping folks from getting the vaccine if they want to get that done at this time.
It's a 2-shot series, right?
Yep.
And it's only once in your life, and
Yeah.
you're good for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, check your records, folks.
Yep. look for that MMR. That's the measles one.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that box checked, now would be a good time to do it.
Well, I'm sure we will be continuing to talk about this,
Yes.
unfortunately. So thank you for being here with us.
Good to see
You're
you,
welcome.
Dr. Fado.
Yep,
Thanks.
same.
Well, let's get another check of our first warn forecast. Meteorologist Alex Harrington joins us. What's good, Alex?
What's good are the temperatures outside right now in the upper 60s to right around 70. What's not so good is this threat for a line of thunderstorms this evening, but there actually is a silver lining with this line of thunderstorms. Let me explain. Even though we have a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms out towards the Mississippi River west of Madison, these thunderstorms are going to be battling dry air. Just look at our dew points out there. I show the dew points when it's necessary to show it, when it's really, really hot and humid in the summer, but also when we're tracking rain that may struggle to move into southern Wisconsin because our dew points are so low in the 40s to near 50 degrees. Just look at our dew point here in Madison right now, 46, a gorgeous temperature of 69 though, so it's dry and mild and sunny, and it's that dry air that these storms are going to be battling. Tornado watch over portions of central Iowa. There's more humidity over central Iowa, but it's going to struggle to make its way to the east. So as these showers and storms move towards us, they will start to break apart. Instead of being in a big line that sweeps through, they become a bit more sparse and scattered. I do think we will see scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head towards 10 o'clock, but they will fizzle. They will continue to space apart because they're battling this dry air and the lack of what we call instability, the fuel for storms. As we move on into your Wednesday morning, temperatures low to mid 50s, could be lower 50s or closer to 50. We clear out enough that allows any of that heat to escape back out to space. Then we turn our attention to that second round I've been talking about. This would be Thursday for areas, again, west of Madison. We are looking at the potential for alert day conditions, strong storms, strong winds, and hail. If these thunderstorms do materialize, will be our main threats. But there are some forecasting challenges with this. We need to be getting some breaks in those storms early in the day and throughout the day to allow the heat to build up. We'll be tracking a warm front. Is it too far to the south? If that warm front's not far enough to the north, we don't get warm enough for the widespread shower and thunderstorm activity. Could be very similar to Sunday. We had alert day conditions that we were expecting, and that warm front struggled to make it back north for the exact same reason. So that's what the first run weather team will be tracking on Thursday. We'll still keep alert day conditions out there because there is that potential that warm front may lift into the area. And if it does, we'll see the potential for strong storms, on and off shower and storm chances as we carry it out into the future, and very mild. We'll return here shortly.
Spring is here. The grass is getting green and the flowers are blooming. And along with that comes the rain. Hi, Andrew Larson here from Larson Home Services. When's the last time someone inspected your roof, giving you the peace of mind that your roof was good to go for another year? At Larson Home Services, we'll give you a free 16-point inspection letting you know the true condition of your roof. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
Welcome to Badgerscape Design and Landscape. We offer a full range of landscaping services, from design to maintenance. Our professional team is dedicated to meeting all your landscaping needs. Call us at 608-295-1446 or visit badgerscapedesignandlandscape.com.
We had such a great experience with Empire, we would recommend it to anyone.
Real customers share their stories about Empire today.
As a matter of fact, we already have. Customer service and the personal touch is really where it's at. The quality, too, is important to us, and the quality of the flooring was great. I mean, we've had people come in our home and say, wow, this is really beautiful. Where'd you have it done? Empire.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto for heart failure. Novartis may help you save on your prescription.
New at 5, Jalen Banks is live from Library Mall with the latest from the Israel-Hamas war protest, what students hope to accomplish with the second-day sit-in. Then Will Keneally looks at the response from Madison police and other officials with this demonstration. That's coming up next.
A unique treatment method that's changing the lives of neurodivergent individuals.
Understanding certain patterns of strengths and weaknesses can be helpful.
Jalen Banks continues his Time for Kids series with a deep dive into the Trefford approach. Tonight at 6.
Well, take a look at this. How would you like to see this in your backyard, Brady? A hungry animal sneaking a snack in the backyard. The Vasquez family found this guy. He had taken down a turkey. Judy Vasquez claims she heard commotion in her mom's backyard shed, and when she went to check it out, here's what she saw. This face looking back at her, surrounded by feathers. Officials couldn't coax the lion from its slumber, so they left it in the shed overnight to sleep off its big supper. And then the next day, they were able to sedate the 110-pound predator and safely take it away.
Hopefully the turkey made it kind of sleepy, you know, like at Thanksgiving.
Good point.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Join Dr. Ashish M. Raval on May 2nd at 5:30 p.m. to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free online educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on classes and events.
What can our foam do for your home?
Incredible comfort, no matter what the weather.
Incredible savings, because your AC is going to run so much less.
It even reduces outside noise and allergens.
No matter what kind of cheap insulation you already have, our foam will go right over it.
Incredible. And spring is the time for incredible deals. So we're matching the $1,200 tax credit with a $1,200 discount.
USA Insulation.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like hazy or blurred vision, so it's hard to see fine details. Colors that appear dull or washed out. Or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you think you have GA, don't wait. Treatments are available. Ask a retina specialist about FDA-approved treatments for GA and go to GAWon'tWait.com.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Dr. Ravel is one of the best. I mean, you can't ask for any other person in orthopedics that I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of people in orthopedics, let me tell you. Ortho team and Dr. Ravel are wonderful.
That wraps up Live at 4 for this Tuesday. Brady's in the newsroom with what to expect in our coverage moving forward. Brady?
Tomorrow on Live at 4, our plant expert Lisa Briggs is back to answer all of your questions about plants this season. And next at 5, we are continuing our live coverage of the encampment here at UW-Madison. The latest developments on the protest next. Thanks for joining us on Live at 4. We hope to see you back here tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts now.